knockout football, starting this January. It's on SuperSport. Proudly brought to you by Sporting Bet. Betting amplified.
The stage is set for one of the biggest events on the football calendar. It is the Soweto Derby, Orlando Pirates taking on Kaizer Chiefs. As you can tell, the atmosphere is absolutely insane here at the FNB Stadium. Tons of fans are pouring in right now. There's yellow and black everywhere. The big question, Ray Mabawa, is who will walk away the winner?
Well, it's hard to tell, honestly, because it's such an atmospheric occasion. So far, though, what we can gauge is the fact that everyone is super excited for the start of this game. Listen, Chiefs are only 8 points off Orlando Pirates in second spot. They're fourth. So for the first time in a while, it's a bit of a title race, which is actually quite surprising at this stage of the season.
Absolutely, and it's very important that Chiefs walk away with a win this afternoon if they do want to stay in contention in terms of winning the PSL League this season. And of course, we saw Sundowns recently overtaking Orlando Pirates and claiming that #1 spot. So if Pirates definitely want to be back in first position, they have to win the game this afternoon.
And look, the incentive is massive on both sides. These teams need to come back from 2 defeats in the league. Chiefs just lost recently in the week against Stellenbosch. They'll want to make up that. And Pirates also lost in the Nedbank Cup against Kasico Stars. But before that, it was against Mamelodi Sundowns, which could have had a dent on their confidence. But I think today, confidence has to be sky high.
Absolutely. Both teams coming in on the back of a loss. Orlando Pirates against Kasico Stars, and of course, Kaizer Chiefs. For the second time, we saw them losing against Stellenbosch FC. Yep. So both teams definitely have a point to prove this afternoon. But of course, the reason why Ray and I are here is because we want to speak to the fans and find out from them their thoughts, their feelings this afternoon in terms of the derby. And as you can see, Kabuyelo, we've got the Kosi right here. Kosi, your thoughts today. Who do you think is going to be the star player that's going to stand out and bring the win for Kaizer Chiefs?
Score 2-1. Yeah, win Kaizer Chiefs.
Who's going to be scoring those 2 goals?
Yes.
Silva is going to score 2 goals.
Who else? Silva
and Chabalala.
Oh, Silva and Chabalala.
Predictions are bold. But I'm interested to see. Pagania fan, I'm here with you. I just want to find out, what do you think your team's going to put out today, this afternoon?
We're going to beat them by 3-0.
3-0? Who's going to score the goals?
Apollo Simahupa.
You are ready. Okay, so their defeat against Kasico Stars, you are ruling it out of the way. It's finished.
Dead of them.
Buccaneer fans are in full spirit, but there's a lot of confidence here, you know.
Yes.
But we're going to get a couple more fans also just coming through to talk to us ahead of this big match.
Yes.
It is, of course, the Soweto Derby.
As you can see, it's such a colorful derby. People of all ages are here. We're seeing parents with kids here as well to come through for the biggest event, as I said earlier on the footballing calendar. Kaizer Chiefs supporters confident that they're going to walk away with the win. And of course, we're hearing from Orlando Pirates, not too many words from the fans, Ray, but what they do know for a fact is that 3 goals will touch the net this afternoon.
It's surprising because recently the fans have said that Kaizer Chiefs only average a goal a game. But crucial to that also, they get a lot of clean sheets. And I think the fans will be confident in the fact that maybe their backline is going to be the one that holds out today. But you know what? We're going to try and get a couple more fans. Here's a Buccaneer, proudly clad in black and white.
Yes, regalia.
Mfowethu awukangininga ngakhuluma ucoach wami line up yezongitshela ukuthi kwenzakalani ngicede le ndaba le because ingikhawatile indlela line ngayo kodwa manje yezongitshela line up ukuthi usethe kanjani. Siyabonga.
I know jabulile confidence then nale Kosi selfie nalo. Yvette, what do you have to say?
Kosi, we saw your performance against Stellenbosch. You guys were in the lead, but unfortunately you lost the match. This afternoon, who do you think will be the key players who will contribute to Kosi's win?
No, you know what? No, for now on, you don't have a coach. Those people, my secretary, what? He came as a translate to ex-coach. Obvious, today, tune in, Pagania 2.
A Kaizer Chiefs fan thinking that Buccaneer is going to walk away with the win. We have heard a lot of things today, but this must be the most shocking one. Of course, the action does continue here at the FNB Stadium. Scores of people walking in right now, Ray. The pressure is crazy. Another Kosi coming in. Kosi, we heard some surprises, Ray.
And what are you hoping to see from your Chiefs side, Namhlanje?
Nothing much, but definitely Derby's got no form. First and foremost, I think it's going to be not a comfortable win, but definitely Chiefs is going to take the 3 points tonight, today. And another thing is that, Pirates, they are a strong team today, definitely, but I trust my boys. Today we're going to get the 3 points. Thank you very much, guys. SuperSport, keep it up.
Perfectly said. One more can be added to that. Listen, Pirates fans and Chiefs fans are coming in, but I also saw a couple of Sundowns fans. Everyone wants to see this game. That shows how big an occasion it is.
I'm super excited to find out why Sundowns fans are here. Who are they backing? Are they backing Kaizer Chiefs or are they backing Orlando Pirates? Do they want the title contest to be close or do they want to space it out, Ray, and lead the way?
You know what's funny? I'm seeing Pirates and Chiefs fans here holding a packet of tomato flavor.
Ama chips.
Let 3-1. 3-1.
Nabo lam
3-1.
Awa bengihlula mina ama-Chiefs. Sekubhizi manje yazini. I expect a heavy atmosphere. I expect it also to be consequential. But crucially, I think everyone is coming here to see some high quality football. That's all we want to see at the stadium today.
Oh man, I'm still caught up on what we heard earlier on. A Kosi fan saying Pirates is going to win. Yeah, the possibilities are endless here at the FNB Stadium. Of course, we hope that you have got your tickets because, oh my days, what a match we are going to see this afternoon.
The fans have entered. Excitement is right. Luna, what will be the score, Namhlanje?
Namhlanje ndihamba neBhakaniya, Bhakaniya izihamba nge-3-1. Ikhaza sizobethwa.
Ubani ozokora namhlanje?
Ubani uMakgopa uzongena nge-1 enjenkulu ayazi ke. Evidence. Ukarabo.
Ubathembile.
Umphatha ntwathi uzawubulala.
3-1s, big score lines being expected here.
Chiefs 2, Pirates 0.
Chiefs 2, Pirates 0. Yatibetha.
We have heard all types of score lines from 3-1 to 2-0. What we're hoping to see is a whole bunch of goals. Lemmy is hijacking our show right now. Where Lemmy goes, the crowd goes. He has ambushed us right now. Lemmy, the stage is set. It's going to be a big one. What are you expecting from the game this afternoon?
Look, I'm expecting nothing less than 3 points for Pagania. You know what I mean? Look, but besides the points, I'm expecting a very intense match. Both teams have league ambitions. How far off it is for Chiefs, we don't know. But both teams want nothing less than 3 points. So, you know how they say a derby is always like a stalemate. I don't expect this at this game.
So you want there to be a definite winner today?
I want a definite winner. I want nothing less than 2 goals at least from this match. And I think we're going to have an amazing game.
Now look, Lemmy, it's very clear that you're wearing a Pirates shirt.
Lemmy, come this side, come this side to the
Is there a
center.
reason for that, or is it genuinely who you're backing today?
No. Ngipagania through and through. Ngegazi, ngethambo, once and always. Ngipagania through and through. We're taking these 3 points. We're taking them, I nearly said to Orlando Stadium, but we're taking them to the Amstel Arena. Stay Arena, Pelatine, I understand. Sine Arena.
I think from a Chiefs side, we are strategically positioning ourselves. We don't worry about the noise. We are masterminds. We are going to make this special. You know, our coach is focused, players are focused. We are taking this to the throne.
As you can see, Chiefs fans are not they're ready to go there.
Our very own Lemmy coming through and giving us some score predictions. When I said that the Soweto Derby is the biggest event in Africa when it comes to the beautiful game, I wasn't joking because we're joined by Omakelwane. They've come all the way from Namibia, from Windhoek in Namibia to come and catch the action. Guys, today is going to be an incredible one. You guys have traveled from so far to be here. What are you expecting from the derby today?
The atmosphere is very good and we are very, very welcome here and very, very happy. But Pirates is 3 today. Yeah, we are going to bury Chiefs. Yes.
And who do you think are going to be the key players that are going to score today?
Okay, the key players from Namibia, Dion Otto. And I think he's going to score a hat-trick today.
A hat-trick from Dion Otto?
Yes, today, number 7. Yes.
Ray, we've heard from Omakelwane. They're saying there's going to be a hat today.
A hat-trick for Dianoto will be excellent. I mean, Namibia has come around. This is probably and arguably the biggest derby in the continent. And you can see by who's coming through to support. Listen, the magnitude of this game cannot be understated ever. And it's a high-pressure occasion. Some players are going to be feeling it. Some of them are having debuts namhlanje. But you know what? What we can expect is some epic action, some scintillating high-quality football here on your World of Champions.
Now, we know that since this is a big game, there's a lot of preparation that needs to happen in the dressing room. Ray, for some of the new players that are only playing their very first derby today, what do you think the conversation might be going like in the dressing room?
Well, look, I think a lot of the experienced players have had to keep the players calm. We'll have to slow them down because they understand that this is a huge occasion. The pressure's on. It's going to be 80,000+ seated in the stadium. The atmosphere is going to be epic as well. So for some of the experienced players, like Azita Kuniga, for example, they're going to be looking to talk to the younger players and say, calm down, because this is a high-pressure occasion, and you don't need to play the occasion. Play the game. Play your simple football. Remember what the coaches said and do your best on the pitch.
And we know that it is a sold-out occasion here at the FNB Stadium, so you know that the atmosphere is going to be absolutely incredible. Ray, the excitement is boiling right now.
And listen, if fans are excited here, let's hear from what's happening inside the dressing room. We've got Hope Mbele, who ended up catching up with two Kaizer Chiefs defenders, that is Zita Kuniga as well as Tabiso Munyani. Let's have a listen to what they had to say.
For some players, the Soweto Derby is just a fixture. But for abadlali abafana noZita Kuniga, isekhaya la. It's so much more than that. It's the streets of Ndofaya. It's where your passion meets your destiny. And namhlanje siseKaizer Chiefs Village in a Turena to make sure that we catch up with the Zita and find out exactly how he's feeling before the fixture.
Chiefs still probing. Parker, the numbers in the pass for line! First of the season in the Enter Premiership. Let me go! 2-0!
How does it feel being a player from Soweto for this fixture? Does it put an extra weight mhlambe emahlombe akho ukuthi ish mina ikaslam leli I'm repping extra hard, and does that weigh deeper for you as a Soweto born player?
To be honest, it does. Like the past week, everything I've been hearing, come the 28th.
Yeah. The week, in fact, I mean, it's tight, it's tense. Yeah. The gens are going at it, you know, the tackles coming in left, right, and center.
And I think for me personally, I always share the experience of saying, I used to walk from Meki to because you know they closed La Playa. So you need to walk to FNB. So when you're such in a moment which now you're on a bus, you see the people walking to go watch that game, it gives you a bit of goosebumps, and you acknowledge and you appreciate the space you're in, and you understand that walk. Yes, they are walk there. Suge so Kasico it's one of those that
Atmosphere. 28 February.
I mean, from the day before, I mean, you can feel it. You know, it's not just any ordinary fixture, like I said. But you know, funny thing is, once you get on that pitch and once you touch the ball, you know, it's like all those 90,000 fans, it's just silent, and it's you with the football, and you know, you and the opposition and the football. So it's just, yeah, man, there's ways we can also shout that out. To the Amakosi faithfuls, I'd just like to say your support will be highly appreciated. You guys are our tough men on the pitch, and Bati Ikosi Alpelu Moya.
The thoughts there of Zita Kuniga and Tabiso Munyane. But we're here with the fans, of course. We're going to get some score predictions from the Chiefs and Pirates fans. My good sir, what is your score prediction for today?
2-1, Chiefs win.
2-1 Chiefs win. Okay, Paganelli Ngani, what's the score today? 2-0. 2-0 to Pirates?
Yes.
Okay. Paganela?
4-1.
4-1. Strong prediction.
Pagania will win 2-0.
It's unsurprising, expecting all wins for Orlando Pirates fans. But you know what? We'll see what happens, Yvette.
Yes, and as I said, we are setting up for the biggest event on the African footballing calendar. It is a Soweto Derby, and right now I'm standing with one of the voices that are emerging in the beautiful game. Her name is Ditebogo Mailula, and we're so happy to have her this afternoon. DK, thank you so much for being here. What are your thoughts on the game this afternoon?
Oh my gosh, I have so many thoughts. First of all, as a Kaizer Chiefs fan, I'm wondering how are Kaizer Chiefs going to set up, considering how, you know, on paper, Pirates are honestly way better than us, right? But I'm just thinking that, will the players have the correct mentality going into this one? Because we don't want to lose a third game in a row. Pirates also don't want to lose a third game in a row. So it's tense. It's tense at the minute.
We have some key players that we know are going to be responsible for scoring goals this afternoon. In your opinion, who do you think, one or two players that might possibly come through really shining this afternoon?
I think Lilepo and Da Silva are going to be very key, because one thing about Kaizer Chiefs is they know how to create chances. It's just the matter of burying those chances. So if all of our attackers come to the party, like I said, Lilepo, Da Silva, and maybe we saw some good minutes from Chislet. So if we see him come to the party as well, I think they could pull us with a win today.
Now lastly, DK, before I let you go and enjoy the action, we're seeing you as one of the biggest emerging voices in the beautiful game, really holding the fort for women who love football. Tell me something, as you were growing up, how important were games like the Soweto Derby in terms of contributing to your love for football?
They were very important because when I was still growing up, Kaizer Chiefs were dominating. So it's part of the reason why I currently support Kaizer Chiefs at the moment. But there's so many memories when I was a childhood player, like the players that used to be, you know, bracing our screens, that are inspiring the current generation of players that we're seeing on the pitch today. It's honestly very important, and it's the reason why I am a football fan today.
Oh man, Titebogo Mailula joining us this afternoon. She's going to go and watch the game right now. We don't want to keep her for too long, but as I said, it is a sold-out affair at the FNB Stadium. The Buccaneers are taking on the boys from Naturana. Both of them coming off from the back of a loss, so they definitely both have a point to prove. But of course, myself and Ray will be chatting to more fans, because it's not about us. Actually, it's about the fans, right, Ray?
It's literally about the fans and supporters. And hey, guess who's alive? Yes,
hey, look who it is!
How could you do this? How can
we
you
have
start
the
this
winner
without
of
me?
SuperSport MVP right here, Stanza.
but you guys, you need to pay something. You need to buy me something. You can't start this without me, right?
I mean, we were having too much fun. I'm sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry.
Okay. So we got some couple of fans here. Come here. Come here. What do you feel about your team's performance?
Yeah, today already nakanjani siyamba phambili. KwiBuccaneer 2-1. Score.
Kanihamba phambili, there is one player that you think might score a goal for you.
Akekho Flavio Da Silva, akekho omnye ngaphandle ko Flavio Da Silva. Flavio Da Silva uko rebrace namhlanje cha.
Waze wathetha into ezinkulu bo. Flavio Da Silva to score a brace. There's a new man for Kaizer Chiefs, Chislet. What's the nickname you can give to a guy?
Oh, Chislet. I can say it. Luka Modric. Luka Modric is our South African. Chislet is our South African Modric from Real Madrid. I like the way how he plays. So today, I know assist from Chislet to Lipopo. Yes.
Some are saying Yvette, he's a cheese. Some are saying is Modric from South Africa. You're having someone there.
Oh, we have someone here as well, because you've come with a whole bunch of your friends. Kosi, a quick prediction from you. Who is walking away the winner this afternoon?
Chiefs 2, Pirates 1.
And who's going to be scoring those 2 goals for Kosi?
Vilagazi and Lilepo.
As you heard, Vilagazi and Lilepo are seen to be the stars for the game this afternoon, according to this Kosi. Now, myself and Ray will continue chatting to the fans. The Kosis are here, the Buccaneers are here, and we want to find out from them what they're expecting this afternoon.
It seems Ray got some couple of Orlando Pirates fans next to him. Ray, batin abantu.
Hey, listen, we are here with the fans, and as you can see, it trippy immaculate namhlanje kugqoka ama apron, kugqoke a full prosthetic Pirates leg. Yazini, the trip is incredible. Who is going to score the winning goal namhlanje for iBuccaneer?
Ooh, I think it's number 38. Number 38.
Tsembu Mufokeng.
Yebo.
Wena utsembe bani?
Yeah.
Utsembe bani?
Mina ngithemba Mfokeng vele. Uzolishaya igoli. Uzowina noma kanjani namhlanje.
Angitshele nge-outfit yakho nje siswami ukuthi what motivated you ukuthi ugqoke le fit?
Iyadla namhlanje and ngirepresenta iPirates ukuthi ke na vele sibahle siyadla. Yadla iPirates. Wadla mzomnyama.
AmaBuccaneer akafuni ukuhlulwa. And listen, the fans are already coming in full voice. Anihlula yilutho namhlanje. Singing Timbile. I school like event. Listen, the fans are here. They're full. 90,000 is about to be in there in about an hour or two, and the fans are already full voice saying that the team is going to win. I don't know where it's going to go, but listen, the fans seem to be pretty confident.
We've heard the predictions from the beautiful Buccaneers, but the Kosi fans are right here behind me, and they're thinking it's going to be a different story. Kosi, who do you think is going to be a key player this afternoon?
The same player that misses a goal last match for Kaizer Chiefs, which is Dupreez, is going to be the one who's going to score on Orlando Pirates today. In 3 minutes.
In 3 minutes, you're going to see a goal?
Yes.
Now, Kosi, unfortunately, we saw you guys losing against Stellies. What words of encouragement into the camera do you have for your boys as they take on this big occasion?
Soweto Derby you can't predict. It's not like other games. So if you play Soweto Derby, every player come with that momentum. We're going to win this game. I know that we're going to win this game. Without, you know what, if we can win, we can lose this game. That means we are not going anywhere. So it's a must win for us. So we're going to win this game. Either they like it or not, we are going to beat them with 1-0 for actually Dupreez.
There you heard it from the Kosi fans themselves. The nation is saying today, Naganjani, they are walking away with the win, and they will continue to be in contest for that PSL title.
Listen, they want to be up there, man. Chiefs haven't been a title race in a bit of a while. This is the first time in a few seasons that Chiefs have been tussling amongst the top with Sundowns and Orlando Pirates. Pirates, of course, are getting ready for this, hoping to get back to the top of the table. Anything other than defeat will take them back up there. Obviously, you heard from the Chiefs players before. Let's get an insight from a couple of the Pirates players. We've got midfield maestros Masindi Nemtajela and Sipo Mbule.
Master Chef.
Like in 28, it's a derby game. Everyone wish you would take that. So give me an opportunity to take his vese. Lento lena i-dream come true. Ngingabelieve ukuthi vele ngizithola ngidlala Orlando Pirates.
When you're young, I think everybody when is young and playing football, you wish to experience a game like Soweto Derby.
Ngisakhula man besibukela Soweto Derby yabo. Like at first bekishawa ama-goosebumps ukuthi vele shawa ifie yabo because it's packed.
What a glorious day for a derby. Back push goal.
Soweto Derby kuphuma wonke umuntu.
The fans always come in numbers to watch Derby. There's no need to be scared just because there's 90,000 people watching it. But you've seen my first touches in almost every game. The last game I played, it's clear, most a step on it, just brush it a bit. It tells the opponent that I am here today. It's me. Today it's me.
Mina kuma supporter we-Pirates ngicela ukuthi baze ngobuningi babo kule game lesiyidlala i-28 because ibaleke kakhulu. Nathi as long as sizobona ama-supporter wethu lapha sentalayo, nathi siyakhuthala masilibele sidlala lapha ukuthi bona abantu ababehind the team.
You know the Buccaneers, but when we were leading, actually, you know when that song plays, I just feel like I can glide on the pitch. So yeah, that song, yeah.
Sexy kancane sizophumelela ho sexy kancane.
Now we heard from the Buccaneers, Sipo, Masterchef Mbule, as well as Masindi Nemtajela, who were both hoping will get a chance to play this afternoon at one of the biggest events on the footballing calendar. But of course, earlier on, we spoke to DK, a big voice in the content creation space. And now we've got George, someone who is making waves across the content creation space in terms of football.
Come on, brother George, thank you for joining us. Listen, man, as Abdeslam Madu, if you were in his shoes, which of those two midfielders are you starting in today's fixture?
I think for me, there's one guy who's the star of the show, who's made for this particular game, and I think it's Sipo Mbule. Nemtajela, I know he grew up close, he loves the team and all of that, but I think that might hurt him. So bring on the star for the star game.
Okay, there's always been a bit of questioning with regards to Sipho Mbule's sharpness in certain games. Do you think he'll be crucial for slowing the tempo down in these high-pressure games?
Look, if there's one thing about Pirates, they're a high-pressure team. They struggle usually with the games that don't matter. So now these guys in this big game, I'm calling on Mbule to be the one who'd come in and actually make a difference here. Because again, this is what he wants. Master Chef, so this is a game for him, and I'd actually choose him from the two.
Very interesting indeed. Now, George, we don't want to ask you who is going to win, but just an idea as to how many goals are we going to see this afternoon?
No, it's just going to be one. One goal, Chiefs is taking it. That's all I'm going to say.
What a brave man.
That's all I'm going to say. Oh, guys, Chiefs are taking it. We're at home here. I think the boys are going to step up for this. This is the time for them to then get back onto that horse, get back into a title race. And this is when you do it, when Pirates has lost 2 and they're coming in low.
Hi, Ray. We've heard some brave words coming here from George. Very unapologetic.
The people are unapologetic about predictions. They don't even want to play around with who's going to win, who's going to draw. It's very cut and dry. Speaking of, the fans' opinions and the fans' insights are also pretty cut and dry so far. Stanza is here.
Stanza's back again.
An incredible Sandawana fan.
The last time I checked, this is the battle for 2 teams, but now there's one who's neutral. Who are you supporting today?
Kaizer Chiefs.
It's unlike Sundowns fan. Why?
Aye, phela if ngihamba no Chiefs li Pirates ne usho ukuthi izondlula izoba phezulu kwami yabona, so I Chiefs I down yabona, ya ngihamba ne Kaizer Chiefs. Iskoro ngibona ngathi izowina I 1-0 I Chiefs. Yeah.
Kaizer Chiefs will win 1-0.
Yeah.
That's what Mamelodi Sundowns is saying, that Kaizer Chiefs is going to win the game 1-0. Who's that one player you think might score a goal for you?
Frosler.
Frosler.
Definitely, yeah.
Frosler.
Angina doubt. Uzokora lo. Like it or not.
Frosler on the score sheet, Yvette. Does that make sense?
I don't know. I'm going to have to find out from another Kosi fan how she feels. My lady, we see you dripped out in gorgeous drip. I want you to show the camera how amazing you look. Who are you backing today and why?
Kaizer Chiefs. It's going to win 2-1.
And who do you think are going to be some of the biggest players today who are going to put in those 2 goals for Kosi Nation?
The Preza. 2-1.
So he's going to score both goals?
Yes.
Oh, Ray, it is crazy right here. The fans are coming through. We're hearing 2-1 from Kosi. The Buccaneers are here as well, looking incredible in their regalia. Yeah, Buccaneers, it is insane right now.
Let me tell you
Quick
something.
score prediction, quickly.
Okay, let me tell you something. We know the team that we are playing with is a team that is scoring 1 goal per season. We are going to give them 3-1. Then it's finished. 3-1 Buccaneer. No way. 3-1.
Listen, it is an absolute...
It's time to feel the thrill.
Heart-stopping stuff, I tell you.
The world's best are heading to India and Sri Lanka for T20 cricket's biggest prize.
I believe what I've just seen.
20 teams. 55 matches.
Simply outrageous.
1 world champion.
Remember the name.
The ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. Catch all the action from 7 February to 8 March on your World of Champions SuperSport. This broadcast is proudly brought to you by Jet Tour and Emirates.
2014. I remember it like it was yesterday. The game meant so much to us. Rona, hungry for success, and our passion knew no bounds. When the DSTV Diski Challenge emerged, what a pivotal moment in South African football. It was as if the universe answered our prayers and gave us a platform to showcase our skills on and off the field.
China flaps at it, falls at him. Floor, here's some Bogazi. Equalizer, that is it. Ronald Williamson, the man from PE.
He strikes the ball.
Gezana attacks it and in.
Look at him. He'll be flying down that wing.
Improvisation from the 18-year-old Lal Foster.
Tapala Morena with the goal already in this tournament.
In for a brace. Ngota! And Koza. The batter who powers it home. Chance here from Bule!
Good afternoon, wherever you're watching across South Africa, across the African continent, and welcome to the FNB Stadium, the venue where 90,000 fans will pack in for one of the biggest derbies in world football. It's called the Soweto Derby, and this one, hosted by Kaizer Chiefs, they take on Orlando Pirates for the 109th time in their history. It is a critical game as both teams are right in the hunt as far as the Betway Premiership title chase is concerned, and that has increased the stakes in terms of the importance of this fixture to everyone who supports the two clubs in this country and across Africa. I am Thomas Mlambo and I'm your jersey number 10. It is such a pleasure to be at the FNB Stadium for this one, and sitting next to me to give me their perspectives on what we can expect to see today, I've got Sean Bartlett at the far post, a man who's done it with the Kaizer Chiefs and scored in a Soweto Derby, and Teko Modise is a man who's played 25 times against Kaizer Chiefs in various teams that he's played on: SuperSport United, Cape Town City, Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns. So, gentlemen, let us not waste too much time. I've introduced you, everyone knows who you are, but this day, its importance, and this particular derby seems to have that extra.
It's nice to introduce me as at the far post, you know.
That's exactly where you lived. That was where you did your business.
Bread and butter. Well, we're hoping that obviously Chiefs will turn up here today. I think that's the massive question, you know. I think they probably need this more than anybody else in this derby. They need to go out directly with the energy and show really that they want to win this game today.
And then Teko, one of the things that was so interesting and that our viewers will be excited to know about immediately is Pirates arrived at least 30 minutes before time. We have a clear schedule normally of what happens.
Yeah.
They arrived, walked out, walked down the tunnel. What does that even mean?
I think it means business, because a lot of Pirates normally the team that would delay a little bit in terms of them coming out and do the walkabouts. But for the fact that they came out a little bit early, they arrived early in the stadium, it just shows you the importance of the game, the seriousness that they have.
I mean, Sean, you're a coach.
Yeah.
So you know that's quite a disruption to a regular schedule pre-match.
Not necessarily. I think also what he's done is get the players more familiar with what the surroundings is going to be like when match start. So, you know, when you have to rock up a half an hour earlier, it's like you've seen what's outside. You know exactly what we're going to encounter. This is not our home game. There are going to be more Chiefs fans, so you've got to be focused.
And also no bumping in the tunnel, seeing each other, you know, done and dusted, gone, back in the change room. This is the situation. Orlando Pirates can go top of the Betway Premiership with a victory today. For Kaizer Chiefs, more deco of igniting and really solidifying a title push.
Yeah, and also keeping the hopes, you know, alive, because then winning today gets yourself in the third position. You're still within the conversation of winning the league. You're just hoping that the both teams will drop points, but it's just an important game for both teams. And you know that with Orlando Pirates as well, they know that it's suicidal for them to chase Mamelodi Sundowns. They want to really get back into that winning league.
So that's the situation with the two big teams, and we've got these visuals to show you, and these are the only visuals we have. The other team has not arrived at the stadium as of yet. Orlando Pirates getting off the bus a little bit earlier on, and when they come off this bus, they come off the bus on the back of back-to-back losses, and that's the first time this season, since the beginning of the season, that they have got back-to-back losses. Maybe part of the reason why let's just get there, guys. Let's get there. Let's stay focused. What's the point of hanging around in the hotel for an extra half an hour or so?
Yeah, without a doubt. I think it's important for the players to get settled quicker in the dressing room, you know, to settle the nerves more than anything else. I think, you know, this game, and I always say, you know, players, when you're not nervous, you're not passionate about what you want to do. And I think that's the important thing, is get the players in, let them get settled, and then obviously get down to business.
Steko, dress code. And on a derby day, you know, Pirates will always wear something a little bit unusual. What do you think so far?
I mean, football has evolved, and with a lot of Pirates, what they've done in terms of how they dress, I mean, it has evolved. And I think they're leading in that pack. Maybe end of the season, you guys, some Pirates might win swag of the season. But it's what's important on the pitch, what's happened on the pitch, that's really what's
And
important.
again, we're giving you the latest visuals that we have here. This was a couple of minutes ago. 1:30, they came out, walked around. The team did that on their own. Then we saw Coach Wadu come out about 5 minutes later. He did a solo walk around the field. This is his first Soweto Derby and his first reception of the atmosphere.
Yeah, I think, you know, he normally does that. I've seen him a couple of times. He sort of brushes his hand on top of the grass, and, you know, normally for Pirates home games, they water the field. So this time around, it's going to be a little bit more dry, and I think that's probably going to be a concern for him. The ball won't move as quickly as possible. Will be sticking a little bit, and hence the fact, obviously, he got used to the surroundings as well.
So we've seen it now, and still waiting for Kaizer Chiefs to arrive at the facility itself. It doesn't mean there's a problem. It just means that the schedules have changed as far as the two teams are concerned, and Chiefs will arrive as scheduled, as we expect them to. Orlando Pirates are deciding that they would get here significantly earlier. You can tell us on #SSDSki what you think, what your views are of just that little moment as far as the match is concerned. And remember that you can also speak to us on a brand new hashtag for today, which is #ChooseAside. Now, this is the back-to-back defeats and the beginning of it against Mamelodi Sundowns, Steko. Sundowns here exploiting a rapid counter-attack and then coming down this left-hand side.
Yeah, it happened just immediately after that opportunity from Tito with that tackle as well. But immediately after that, Mamelodi Sundowns went on to be able to create this type of a goal. But we also, I think, spoke to Sean as to then how Pirates struggled, especially from the right-hand side where Sibilibili was playing. They seem to find a gap. Look at the time and space they've been given as well. Look at the ball being played. And that run has been made from CBC. I think CBC could have tracked a little bit better. And these are moments that you can't have lapse of concentration because especially when playing against such teams that are very clinical.
Sean, you agree?
Yeah, if you look at the distance between the centre-back and the left-back, look at, it's more than 20 meters. There's enough space, so there's no real cover. So as a striker, I'm going to go and exploit that. The centre-back is not supposed to be the one furthest back. It must be the left-back. He must have that guideline for the defense, and he doesn't do that.
So there's where things went wrong. Leon, clinical with the finish. Sundowns one up on that occasion, and it was the inability to cut out the supply that really causes the big problems there. Second goal again, supply not cut out, fantastic ball goal.
It is fantastic ball being played by Modibas, also again from the right-hand side where Sibilibili was playing. But maybe leniency a little bit to Sibilibili because he hasn't been playing such a long time, but Sundowns made sure that they exploit that space. And what a run again. I think CBC as well. I think the communication between CM and CBC could have been better there.
Now, you keep mentioning Sibilibili. Do you play him today if you're Coach Wadu?
I mean, it depends on what the strategy is, because then you want Sibilibili to be able to add numbers going forward. So is Hoto as well. But then what you do is that you need to have two central midfielders. And on the day against Mamelodi Sundowns, he didn't have. He had Namtenjela was more of an 8 than it is in a 6, the one with Makaula. But if you do play Sibilibili and Hoto, you need to have those two central midfielders that will be able to give you that stability in the midfield.
There they go. This is a look at the change room of Orlando Pirates. Their last league title in the Betway Premiership was back in 2012. 9 times champions of South Africa. And Evidence Mahopa will be looking to try and come out onto the field and make a difference for his side. He's been out of it for a little while. Apollos has been key for them. And this is an incredible view of the change room. It's amazing how the World of Champions is able to get you on Derby Day. Because Sean, you'll remember, and Deco, you'll remember, shots like this were not going to happen back in the day where you go in the change room and actually get to be there on match day and you're not a player or a technical staff member.
No, it's very sacred. They don't allow you to come in, you know, because obviously you can expose certain things as far as maybe even the starting 11. Because if you go in before the game, you could see which jerseys are up. So that's also sometimes a little bit tricky, but as the World of Champions, that's what we bring you.
Bring extra in terms of that. Now, I want us to take a look at what happened as far as Kaizer Chiefs were concerned in their build-up to this one. Orlando Pirates going down to Mamelodi Sundowns midweek in that match against Sundowns in the Betway Premiership. Now, for Kaizer Chiefs, Stellenbosch, and that was even more recent. That was just this week on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to Kaizer Chiefs, so is Orlando Pirates in terms of their forwards. I think they do create enough chances to be able to punish. And Kaizer Chiefs were very threatening. They went 1-0 up, and then you're expecting them to continue with the pressure that they had. But look, the dangers, I strongly believe that with Dupree on the team, Kaizer Chiefs always look better because then he's able to stretch the defense and create enough spaces.
As we look here, we'll come back to the Dupree discussion, but here it is. Silva getting the critical touch on Lepo's cross.
Yeah, it's a little bit fortunate, but he's in the right position. I think that's the key for any striker is when the ball comes in there, like this goal from Pili as well, you've got to be able to be on the end of that cross.
Where did it go wrong?
You know, you've got to put pressure on the ball. Nobody's putting pressure on the ball, and when there's no pressure on the ball, you've got to be organized at the back. And again, you know, it's a blindside run. Everybody needs to be aware. Solomons is not aware of where he is, and that for me obviously creates the space and time.
But what a ball as well.
That's a great ball. Any ball between
ball.
the defense and the goalkeeper, it always puts both the departments into doubt.
And then dancing through that defense was Jabbar, then giving the opportunity for Titus to finish.
Yeah, if you can replay the clip, you can see Solomon didn't cover because Kwinika went in to try and block the ball. But then what happens is Solomon still occupied the right-hand side. That's where Titus makes that run. Solomon could have actually came in and become a centre-back, able to defend that. But what a beautiful 1-2 that has been played by
Is
Stace.
that the kind of mistake from Solomons that could see him not play today?
Possibly, because as a defense, as a unit, you need to be compact, you need to be tight, and you can't have one player disjointed because that's creating space. Exactly like that particular moment as well. Titus, exploited that space and he used it to his benefit. But the finish, you can't take anything away. It's a great finish.
And you're agreeing?
Yeah.
Why?
Because first of all, when you've been coached defensively, you need to be tight. You need to allow the ball to go outside instead of being penetrated in the middle. And for that, with that delivery of 1-2, there was nobody that really followed Titus. But then again, Solomon was caught in no man's land.
Now, before that game, as we look at some of the defensive players' jerseys in the Kaizer Chiefs change room today, and prior to the match against Stellenbosch, Chiefs had gone 4 games in the Betway Premiership without conceding. So it is not a defense that you expected to concede 2 goals against Stellies.
Yeah, it's a bit of a surprise, but sometimes when you play at home and you're chasing the game and you want to, impress your fans before the derby, that's what it sometimes exposes you. You leave a lot of spaces at the back. For me, even it starts from the midfield. You look at guys like Belakazi, they're attacking us and he's walking away for counter-attack already. The same with Solomon. Solomon was already thinking about counter-attack before he started defending. So you can't have things like that. You've got to do your job first, and then afterwards you can think about transition.
Now, speaking of the job, the guys who will be giving you the best job possible when it comes to the commentary today, here they are, and this is what you can expect from your World of Champions. Wonderful, super voices, and in English, Mark Leeson, William Shongwe, isiZulu, we've got Reggie Ndlovu, Sesotho commentator, Baba Mtetwa, Portuguese, it is Pedro, and then we've got Swahili commentator in Godfrey Leah, biased commentators, and you're probably thinking what that is. Well, that's where Makai Ntini and Six will be involved, giving you their perspectives, not as neutrals, not as 4-4-2-3-5-1, great run, fantastic, what a good player. You are not going to hear that. When it comes to the bias commentary, you are going to hear the view strictly from somebody who supports Kaizer Chiefs and strictly from somebody who supports Kaizer Chiefs. And the bias started in the car park way earlier. So, Makaya, let me come to you. How bad will it be and how much support will be in your bias commentary? It's language option 4 today for our viewers who want to listen to you guys.
Manibulele kuwe ngoba kaloku xana sikule ndawo nje ithi loo nto leyo mna no-6 kasiqolele sizawubetha intonga ngoba kaloku amadoda amabini lana azabe esilwa elelwa nje wena into ephakathi kwabo kodwa engeyiyo eyisisiqhelo. Loo nto leyo ithi mamela sizawusanazo thina ke siziphanga zishushu njengoba usazi 6 ithini nalento
nje mnandi mbukele ekhaya sakuphakela sinjalo kunjalo nje nogxa wami sivele namhlanje bethiwe yawuthi chu ngenyawo ugoduka ngethemba into yobana ke lo yaba nguye kothi chu egoduke njalo kodwa ke hlala nathi sakuphakela ngoba unjalo bayo yonke into edibene
6 before you go 6 before you go, tell me I need your neutral perspective. Can Kaizer Chiefs beat Orlando Pirates today?
Hayi angizoyenza into itsala Thomas icaceceka namhlanje imnyama ngenkani imnyama ngendalo.
Imatomi,
I want to ask you the same question. I want to ask you the same question.
Uyakhumbula ngoku ebethatha ifoto? Yephi into yokuqala yenzileyo? Umise ezamakhosi kodwa unxiba iskipa santoni sePirates. Ithetha ukuthini loo nto leyo? Ubias. Bias.
The bias commentary. It's going to be fun. Make sure you are listening to them on the language option number 4 for you. I've always wanted that, guys. I've always wanted to listen to a game where, you know, you can say what you really think and you don't have to be nice, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that something that we all really want?
Not for former footballers. Never.
Kanjan?
No, dude, when we played, we always want to make sure that whenever a player has an opportunity to listen to you, you can also be able to put yourself in a player's position as well, in their shoes, to understand as to how they felt and what is it that they're trying to do.
I know why you guys don't want biased commentary, because when Sean misses, and that's now coming up on the commentary. Yeah. So you don't want that.
No,
but we're going to give that to our viewers.
You can't be critical when you were in a similar position before. So then they will tell you, like, but Teko, you remember how you missed this one and that one. So let them rather do it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to go to Amanda as well as Lwazi. Amanda Mini is standing by for us on pitch side. Lwazi Zikubu standing by. And Lwazi and I arrived at similar times of the day at the stadium. Around 11 o'clock we've been here. And Lwazi, you and me were truly astounded at what we saw when we arrived trying to get into the stadium and park cars. Maybe give our viewers a sense of what that was.
Thank you very much to you, Thomas, to Teko as well as Sean, and a very good afternoon to all of you watching across the World of Champions ahead of kickoff here at the FNB Stadium. Indeed, Thomas, as you've just rightfully pointed out, we're certainly way taken aback with the number of people that were already trying to make their way into the stadium. And the really interesting thing is, this was maybe 3-4 hours before we started our broadcast, and there has been a rallying cry, hasn't there, Amanda, in saying get to the stadium as early as possible. It seems as if the fans might have listened this time around.
Yeah, absolutely. I think even just driving to the stadium, there's already traffic. I think people did hit the call, but it's just a matter of really trying to allow the people to get into the stadium in time to take their seats. And of course, everybody was encouraged to be here at 11:30. So yes, we've been here. It's scorching hot. I'm hoping that everybody can make it on time, because the important thing is for players as well and for everybody tuning in is for us to start on time.
Yeah, it certainly does look good in that regard. Let's talk now, these two sides heading into the derby. We always felt that the month of February, which comes to an end incidentally today, was going to be somewhat pivotal as far as the league title is concerned. Have either of these two sides lost or gained anything in that period, you feel?
Well, I think the biggest talking point for me has been Orlando Pirates handling the pressure. Are they going to crack under pressure? But for Kaizer Chiefs as well, to maximize on the games they have in hand. And I think a miss for Orlando Pirates, because they were in control, but against the top four, they haven't been really competing well. They lost against Sundowns, they drew at Sekhukhune. So if you are in the top four, you have to make sure that you beat the ones in the top four. Kaizer Chiefs, equally, they haven't played Sundowns. An opportunity today to make sure that they bounce back. They can't afford to do back-to-back losses. So I think a lot is at stake. Kaizer Chiefs missed an opportunity. It could have been 6 points, but today is an open opportunity for them to get those maximum points.
We do perhaps feel that it is worth, I guess, getting the cat out of the bag, because there'll be many question marks as far as the Kaizer Chiefs starting lineup is concerned. In between the sticks, there is no Brandon Peterson. Your immediate reaction to that?
Immediate reaction is I thought his confidence was already getting there. He had a little bit of momentum. Clean sheets coming up. Well, the coaches have to decide at the end of the day. It's all about who is ready for the match on the day, and there's always surprises. This is what we love. But more importantly, Lwazi, Coach Wadu as well is under pressure. The fans haven't been really impressed about his starting lineup, so he has to make sure he gets the starting lineup right. Yeah, we'll be finding out from the coaches throughout the course of the afternoon the reason why Brandon Peterson isn't starting today for Kaizer Chiefs. I know that you, Thomas, Teko as well as Sean have got plenty of time to try and break down exactly what could the reason be in that move for Amakosi. Thomas?
That is significant news. The number one for Kaizer Chiefs not playing today. He has not played a single game all season, has Bryce Boomer, and it is going to be fascinating to see how he copes with an occasion like this one. But let's get straight into what else is happening. There's massive rugby. There's derbies here in Soweto and huge rugby in the URC when it comes to the South African teams battling each other out. The World of Champions has got that for you. So take a look at what else is taking place just down the road at Ellis Park as well as at Loftus. It is a big, big sporting day.
Sport has the power to unite. Madiba's words still echo across generations. For us, sport isn't just something we watch. It lives in us. Lise Gazini. It started on the dusty fields of Egasi, where barefoot dreamers chased deflated balls and imagined stadium lights, where talent was sharpened not by resources, but by heart. And the early days on the rugby field, where bruised knees and muddy jerseys shaped legends long before we knew their names. Despite our differences, we have grown. From the first clashes of Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, where passion filled Orlando like smoke from Imbaula, to the moments South Africa rose as one.
Stransky looks for the drop. Has he got it? Yes, it's over. South Africa win this Rugby World Cup final.
And there is the moment. Nelson Mandela and Neil Tovey and the African Nations Cup. What a magnificent day for the country.
What are we? We are the sons and daughters of the soil. We stand behind those who carry our colors, our hopes, our pride. This weekend again, friends become rivals. Our country is broken down to its core and celebrates what makes us special. Soweto glows in black and gold. Johannesburg roars in red and blue. Pretoria, dressed in blue and black, stands unshaken. This is the time to relish what makes us unique, to represent and to choose a side. From the heart of Johannesburg to Egasi, to the nation's capital, to every living room. Through it all, there is one place where every jersey, every voice, and every story comes together. This is sport. It is in our blood. This is SuperSport, your world of champions.
And on your World of Champions, I'm going to go straight to Ellis Park, where Sam Ludidi is standing by for me for the match that is about to take place between the Lions and the Stormers. And Sam, today the hashtag is choose a side. Your guests have to choose a side here in Soweto. Tell me what they think.
At this point, but a different one nonetheless. Lots that is going on. Let's see what's happening. Thomas, how will lots that is going on. Let's see what's happening. Thomas, how lots that is going on.
All right, so I'm just waiting for Sam to be able to hear me. And Sam, hopefully you can hear me now. I'm saying the hashtag today is choose a side. I need your guests to choose a side. Pick something that is going to be inspiring here in Soweto for us as we wait for the Lions to take on the Stormers at Ellis Park. Firing here in Soweto for us. Ellis Park. Firing here in Soweto for us.
Thomas, I've been trying to keep brawl from breaking out here because of what's happening on the side here next to me. We've got one person who believes in Amakosi all the way through. Jean Bagani.
And we're going to ref.
I'm a neutral.
And in the ref.
And also, I'm not breaking up this fight. This is not my fight, guys.
Thomas, what about we extend the hashtag over to your side, seeing that we've got a derby happening out at Ellis Park. If you were to pick a side between the Lions and the Stormers, happening out at Ellis Park.
Absolutely. So, obviously, Joburg born, there's no doubt about it. It's Lions or not, Lions of Nux. Yeah.
I'm a Stormers, sorry.
And the Stormers are actually doing pretty well. I mean, they're the third on the URC log. They're the best of the South African teams. Yeah. Upset time. Upset time.
You're asking me?
Yes.
I'm a football guy.
No, you can't sit on the fence.
I'm a football guy.
Can't sit on the fence.
I'm on the fence.
Okay,
Choose a
Maru said
side.
Josie. Josie, obvious. You can't choose the guys from the Western Cape.
He played in the Western Cape.
I played in Western Cape, so I say Stormers.
I wanna manje. You're everywhere.
Stormers.
He's all over. He's all over. And that's not the only of the URC matches today, because at 5 o'clock as well, a massive encounter with the Sharks away from home at Loftus taking on the Bulls. So we'll keep you up to speed with what's going on there as well. But for now, quick break, and going into that break, prepare yourself for the conversation that will happen afterwards, where we have to unpack Bruce Vuma starting for Kaizer Chiefs today. That is a huge talking point, and we'll reveal to you what the starting lineups look like. And this is a match that the Chiefs fans will be looking at and thinking, can they turn the tide? They've lost the last 2 Betway Premiership encounters home and away in the last 2 seasons, and they want to make sure that they change that today.
The day is here, the biggest footballing day in South Africa. I can even argue and say it's the biggest footballing day in Africa. Ngiphethe amakhosi bathi bazosinika 3 points namhlanje. Ngiphethe namapakania. Ariqale ka Tumelo Ntshaka. Ay wena nkari wa hano 3 points ha itsamayile lona.
3 points it's a maleruna. You tsamaya le Pagania.
Utsho so?
Twice in a row, understand that? And they lost to a team in Kotlase. That is not even in PSL.
But you know, when it comes to the derby, there's no such thing as the form, Njaya.
Who won the last game?
It doesn't matter. What matters is who's on form today.
Both teams are not on form.
Utsho so?
Both teams are not on form. But Chiefs, idala home, idala against Pirates. Yes, I make sure.
Coordination.
100%, my brother. Yeah. I'm supporter demand. Like today, we're rubber Pirates. We're just gonna prove a point that we are the best in the Soweto.
Okay, so now we know that goalkeepers are gonna play an important role here. And then now,
I honor Peter Senagamesa like I ICU bagam someone tamla make sure kita bidai agasi miss
what's like arketon sel Pagania Zwalakai Pagania. We know goalkeepers are very important for this fixture. Yes. And he's saying, Tumelo is saying, come hell or high water, Peterson must be in the post today. How important is it for us that Chain is on best form today?
Considering the fact that we have not been playing well in the past 2 games.
Yeah.
But you know, when you come to the derby, the previous results are thrown out of the window.
Yeah.
Derby is a different ball game.
Yeah.
And I can rest assure you today, Pirates is going to win.
Score
3-1.
3-1. Do you know 3-1? 3-1.
I honor.
We're no ring.
2-1.
2-1.
Look at Chiefs.
Yeah.
Their back line is not good.
Yeah.
Since that Miguel is not in the starting lineup.
But we can argue that our back line is also not that great.
No, the departure of Mbokazi.
Yeah.
It didn't disturb us a lot.
Okay.
Remember, CBC is there, Emma is there, Hoto is there. Okay.
No, for me, I'm gonna be fair.
Yeah.
Today it's a draw.
Yeah.
It's a draw.
Draw of how many goals? 1-1.
Yes.
Okay. Why are you so convinced that it's a draw today?
It's gonna be tactical. Both teams don't want to. They wouldn't want to be conceding useless goals.
Yeah.
You understand that they want to win this game. So I feel like battle one.
Okay.
Both teams.
Okay, fair enough. So I've got 1-1 on this side. It's a draw. I've got 3-1 on this side. And when are we saying? 2-1 to Bagania. Okay. Well, it's going to be a tough game nonetheless, but there's only one way to find out. We'll see after the 90 minutes.
The Premier Soccer League is proud to present the Betway Premiership.
are kidding me.
He's on fire today.
Oh, yeah. If you got a heart, raise your right fist, let everybody know. Give it all you got, don't fight the feeling.
Have a look at this. It'll put a smile on his face.
Oh, yeah. If you got a heart, raise your right fist, let everybody know. Give it all you got, don't fight the feeling.
Absolutely brilliant. A champion once again.
That's real class.
Bring the soul, bring the heart, and let the world know. Greatness begins here.
I have to say we didn't start well, and I think we really also didn't start well.
Well, it was always going to be hard work. You know, you don't come out and take the points, you know, so easy.
Everybody from top to bottom at the club is working hard behind the scenes, and that's all we can do.
The Betway Premiership, proudly brought to you by McDonald's and Samsung.
Ella, choose inside and enjoy the best entertainment on DSTV.
Let's cross over to the house.
And watch all the drama and lean without catching the smoke. Choose inside where the action is in HD.
I made the promise and I kept it.
Ella, stay connected and choose inside with DSTV.
Since 1996, there have been 58 games between the two sides, and it's tight. 18 victories for Chiefs, 16 for Orlando Pirates, and 24 draws, which takes me to the temperature. 24 degrees, a partly cloudy, a beautiful day for the fans as well as for the host side, who have 13 Betway Premiership titles to them. Their last title back in 2015. Ethan Chislett is a man who gets off the bus looking to improve on what he was able to do so impressively in that game against Stellenbosch on debut.
Yeah, and another opportunity obviously is his first Soweto Derby, so he'll get to experience that should he get onto the park. There's a couple of players that has played here before in the Derby, and you're hoping obviously they would give the new guys and the young players a little bit of advice as to how to approach it, because believe it or not, for both teams, wearing that particular shirt comes with a lot of pressure.
Here they are. I really worried about him midweek. He already had 3 yellow cards. I thought, will he get through the game? He has. Aiden McCarthy, he plays today.
Yeah, he plays today. He's been one of those players that are, that did well for Kaizer Chiefs in the defensive line.
Keep talking. Here it is. Vuma. No games this season in any competition.
That's probably the biggest surprise for me regarding this particular game. The keeper that's kept quite a few clean sheets, 12 clean sheets already this season, and then you take him out. So
there are 3 changes though, Deco. As we look at the team that starts, tell me those 3 changes.
With the 3 changes, I think Modi comes back as well, and then you have Chislett that is also starting, but Miguel as well in that centre-back pairing. So when you look at them, you look like a team that's going to play 3-5-2, but my biggest concern is because Modi plays lopsided, which means when they do go forward, maybe McCarthy might slot into left-back position.
Don't just throw a formation at me and say it looks like 3-5-2. What does it mean?
It means defensively they will have numbers whenever they defend, with Munyani coming in, Modi coming in from the left-hand side, and then they'll have Miguel, McCarthy, and Kwenika. But when they do attack, Modi will be able to push forward, just like how Orlando Pirates normally plays with the wingbacks.
If we're not using football terminology, it sounds like the bus.
Not really.
No.
When they go forward, there's more players going forward.
Yeah.
So the only problem for me with playing 3 at the back, there's a lot of spaces on the side. And that's where Pirates are very dangerous. So that is something obviously that's quite confusing.
But your 2 wide midfielders come back, right?
They're supposed to. But are you going to see Modi coming back, tracking back? Moniani is probably a little bit more easier as a natural defender. But for Modi, he's more thinking going forward. So that's going to expose Aiden McCarthy a little bit on the left-hand side.
Is that where you're looking at it, potentially an area that Orlando Pirates can exploit?
If I'm looking at the starting 11 now, that's the first thing I'm going to say. to whoever's going to play on the right, whether it be Apollos, whether it be Moremi, whether it be Rele. You know, that's going to be the important part.
How big a disruption is it that Bruce Vuma doesn't play today? I mean, Bruce Vuma plays today, and Brandon Peterson is out.
Look, it's from a defensive point of view, of course, it becomes a little bit of deterrent because you're having a goalkeeper that has been keeping clean sheet, that has been commanding the back line, that has been doing well for this season. But also, if you remember as well, for him to also come back, that is Peterson. He came back at the Nedbank Cup final. He hasn't been played for a few months. So there's an opportunity possibly for Vuma to take over. But there's always going to be a problem in terms of communication at the back because Vuma hasn't been played. But also, it's not his first derby. He's been in this position before. So you're expecting him to possibly continue with Peterson left.
So many players in that Kaizer Chiefs lineup that can cause problems for Orlando Pirates' defense as well, with Lilepo, Flavio Silva, Dupria coming on the bench as well. There are so many options that are present as far as the Chiefs coaching staff is concerned that can really make this game even more exciting. But now, let's break the Orlando Pirates starting lineup to you. And this is what Coach Wadu has decided to do. And we're using, if we're going to compare the lineup between the Sundowns game, not the Casrick game, and what has changed for Coach Wadu between Sundowns and today against Kaizer Chiefs.
I think Teko mentioned it before, you know, having that double pivot, the two central midfielders is important. When you have fullbacks that want to go forward, you need somebody that will step into that.
Who is
so
that?
Mbata is coming into that position, which is great. And then I think obviously Moreme, like we just mentioned, with the wingers, Apollos and Moremi, those are the two guys I think will be causing a lot of problems for Chiefs.
Would Tito Masangwani not be feeling a little bit aggrieved in the sense that he'd scored back-to-back coming into this one, and now he has to sit out?
No, you could possibly say that, but I also believe as a coach that you can bring sometimes your better players off the bench. And how many times have we seen that in the past couple of months? Players coming off the bench, making an impact, either creating or scoring goals, and Tito's got that ability.
He's just not got the ability. He's Orlando Pirates' top goal scorer this season in the Betway Premiership.
Yeah, but also for me, when I look at the lineup, the reason possibly why he was sacrificed is because you want to use speed on the wings.
Yep.
And you also want to overload, and comes back to what Coach Sean was speaking about in terms of the side of the way Kaizer Chiefs possibly be lacking.
There's the head-to-head record, guys. Since the PSL began back in 1996, it is so tight. I want to break away from these numbers very quickly, and I want to talk about the fact that the last 12 Soweto derbies have had a winner.
I thought earlier when you mentioned the temperature, you were talking about the amount of draws because it's the same amount, isn't it? And
I did go
I
from
thought
there.
you were predicting something
No,
here today.
that's how many draws have happened in the past, but that is ancient history because the last 12 Soweto derbies have had a side win that match, and the last 4 have been won by Orlando Pirates.
Yeah, it says a lot in terms of when how now Orlando Pirates has been suddenly dominant in this fixture. And if you look also maybe last season as well, they went back to back. Of course, they conceded first with Lilepo's goal in this stadium as well. So probably looking to try and continue, but also looking as to the importance of this game. They know that winning this game really put them at #1 on the log. So they really need to come out guns blazing.
And I think Teko mentioned it before. They need to get ahead. It's very difficult to chase Sundowns. You rather want to be ahead of them every time. Let them chase you, and in this position, obviously, hopefully they will be able to get that winning goal or that victory that they want.
Right, so let's have a view of who's come to watch the match. And VIPs are streaming in, as are the fans that are already here behind me. Hope Mbele is right there, around the presidential, around the suites, making sure that she speaks to those coming in for what is an incredible occasion. And Hope, I think you're with Tando Tabet. I think I saw her. Is that who it is? Hope, give me more.
Now, I did say that I will be chatting to the who's in the industry, and who either than the beautiful, the gorgeous, talented Tando Tabuti. Welcome to FNB Stadium.
Thank you. Good to be back.
So this is the golden VIP carpet. We're doing drip check. Let us know, who are you dressed by? Why these colors?
I mean, there's nothing specific with the colors, not to be confused. I thought, I don't know, let's black and white it. Let's put in a little bit of a heel. Let's put in a cap to tone it all down, a little bit of some sunnies. Yeah.
Well, you're looking gorgeous, but what does it mean for you? I mean, the Soweto Derby is such a big fixture. Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs stems from before I was even born. But what does it mean for you guys to be out here as people in the industry, as entertainers, to come and just support and watch football as well?
Look, I grew up in Soweto. My mother and my father are both from Orlando. Father supported Orlando Pirates, mom supported Kaizer Chiefs. This was like the ordinary
Nostalgia for you.
Exactly. So the derby is nothing new to me. Super excited to be here and yeah, see it all happen in person.
Can I put you on the spot and ask for a score prediction?
No, actually no. No. I'm here for vibes.
The vibes are definitely here. I'll be chatting to more people and seeing who's here at the FNB Stadium today for the gold VIP carpets.
Vibes, it's hashtag choose a side. And Tando escaping there without having chosen a side. Now, guys, let's get straight into this conversation. With the last 12 Soweto derbies having yielded a winner, it's going to be about who has the most firepower out there and how that firepower is deployed. The attacks of these two sides are formidable. Kaizer Chiefs' attack, where are its strengths? Who are the players that make it incredibly dangerous for Orlando Pirates today? Sean?
Well, I think the obvious one that stands out for me has got to be Lelepo, Flavio, Chislett to a certain extent with being in a 10 position. And then Mordi, you know, I think the biggest challenge for me is always with Mordi, his decision making.
But Sean, I need to look at that stat for you.
Yep.
And Chiefs are scoring a goal a game.
That is the biggest concern. I've made a note of that.
It's a concern?
How are you going to win games if you're going to keep scoring one? I think the last time they scored more than 4 was Orbit College, which was in November. You know, other than that, it's always been 2 goals, 1. And that you can't come into a derby game and expect to win a game if you cannot score goals.
But the good news is that they are the side in the league that shoots the most. It's not like... I mean, let's be fair. It's not like they're not trying to score. That would be a different problem, Sean.
Yeah, but you're already pointing out the problem because you have the most shots, you're not converting. So there's a lower percentage. You're having the most shots, but you're not scoring the most goals. So that is a problem.
I see the glass half empty, you seeing it half full. Because Deco, you're shooting. You're getting into the positions. You're creating spaces for players to shoot. They're not shooting from their own goal line. It's just the finishing maybe.
And of course, it's always going to be the finishing because that's where the goals comes from. But also, Kaizer Chiefs in last season, they have the most box entries within the season. They get there. But yet again, the problem's still the same. If you can't score as many goals as possible, you're not going to win games, and especially in games of this magnitude. So it always comes back to that. Regardless of who's playing, they all get opportunities. But you've been clinical, no.
But before you score, you've got to create.
Sometimes you don't have to create.
Kanjan.
You can just play a long ball, second ball, you flick.
Individual brilliance. That's what it's going to take. Sometimes in a match like this, it's going to take one mistake or individual brilliance to win you a match.
So you don't think they have enough today?
Well, if I look at that starting 11, you look at Lelepo, Chislett, Mordi, and Flavio. That's it. For Pirates, you can actually bring in Bata even from the midfield because he'll go forward, he'll take strikes from goal. And then you've got another 4 players in Moremi, Apollos, Rele. I think these guys will all go and attack. That is the major difference between the two teams at the moment.
We're going to have that conversation in greater depth. Lemmy is standing by for me because I've been looking out the window and I can't believe that with about an hour to go to the match, it is this full. Lemmy, what does it look like out there? The fans are making me proud today at how early they're arriving.
You know what? There's no point in expressing how big this derby is myself. We have to speak to Amakhosi namapagani. It's in Kale namakhosi ngapha. Khosi Nation ninjani bafethu? Kuthele namhlanje.
Asikuthele kakhulu.
Nihamba ne3 points namhlanje.
Sayithatha.
Usho?
100%.
Ankarawo yo sure. Khosi.
100%. 2-1.
Okay, 2-1. Okay. Tell me about coach. Phela rona lebo coach bayi2. Bayikaye bo coach balona enhlek. Bayi2.
Sure njalo.
Okay, mara manje nibathembile ukuthi bazowina ngoba last time bakudabe bahamba nonali manje babodwa
kakhulu khomana yami sayithatha le3 points
na uyavuma nge2-1
ngiyavuma khomana
Pakania hayi utla bathu babarengi
ngeke sizodliwa nabantu bacoachwa nama translator labantu laba bana coach ama translator lawa so 2-0 Makopa is going to come in second half, finish the game. But now tell me, our coach does not have experience in a derby, first derby. No, the players will help him win this game. The players will help him. Makopa and Bata bakhona namhlanje. Okay. Bazongena baqedike. Uthemba uMakopa noMbatha. Nombatha. Nina nithembe bani Khosi Nation?
Yo njayabo. Bona khomana. Ekuzoba rough. Angifuna ukukhuluma izinto eziningi. Ma into engayisho ukuthi kuzoba rough.
Kuzoba rough.
I-3 points ayithatha.
Okay. Abana amaplayer labantu laba.
Usipho Chain phela uzoba important today.
Sipho Chain over important. Sipho Mbule must come in second half, change the game. Makopa gonna score. Mbata is here today. Nemtanjela out.
Ay unamtanjela wenzeni? Wayini ngamfuni kanje intwana?
Nemtanjela is a favorite ya coach. Yabona. Of which una favor lokuthi uphuma naye ema-room. You understand? So
ngayena ama final score prediction one last time.
Ngikutshelile kudala Grootman 2-0.
2-0.
2-1.
2-1.
2-1.
2-1. Bhakaniya. Isikole sohamba kanjani namhlanje?
2-0.
2-0 Bhakaniya ne. Ayifakela member. Danko member. Nkayi prediction impinjam.
2-0.
2-0 Bhakaniya abafethu nizwile. Amabhakaniya akhulumile athi 2-0. Amakhosi akhulumile athi 2-1. Sobona after 90 minutes ke.
Well, you know you're going to get a dispute when you speak to the fans in terms of who they think will be the victor. But here in studio, we're going to be a little bit more balanced. And Sean, as we went to listen to the fans, your anger started to boil through a little bit because I pointed out a stat to you that says Kaizer Chiefs' conversion rate is 7.8%. That's the second lowest in the league. And you were like, that's telling the story, especially when you look at what happened against Stellenbosch.
And how do you blame the coach for that?
For what?
I always believe if you're going to keep missing goals, then as a player, what do I need to do? Tackle. I need to go to the training ground and practice more. Because when it comes to a match, believe it or not, it becomes automatic. When you pass me the ball, I will know exactly where the goal is because I did it in training. Repetition, for me, it makes permanent.
Dupree has lost his place in the lineup today. Is it because of that miss?
I'm sure it's a big part of it.
Because you like him to start.
Yeah,
but he doesn't start today.
Yeah, but also the thing is, it comes back to what Coach is saying. You can always have those opportunities and moments for you to actually put the ball in the back of the net. But it starts at training. If you're not going to do it in training, there's no way you're going to do it in the game. And since Dupree has been at the Kaizer Chiefs, his always biggest problem is converting the chances that he gets.
But if he's getting a chance to play, he's clearly doing it at training.
Doing it, he's working hard, of course. Any coach would love to have Dupree in their team, but the problem is when you're playing for such a Kaizer Chiefs team that needs to win games, as a striker, when you have an opportunity to score, you need to put the ball in the back of the net.
And plenty of the Kaizer Chiefs players out there will be looking to do exactly that when it comes to putting the ball in the net. Lwazi's standing by for me with the future of sport, and the future is what it's all about, because this is a historic game. It's the oldest game in South African football running in terms of the standing that it has, but the future, the kids, they're starting to believe in the Soweto Derby and enjoy it. And Lwazi, who have you got down there?
Yeah, Thomas, you're sitting with a couple of legends already. I've got a couple of legends in the making. I've got BK as well as Sia. BK out of Parktown Boys High School, Sia repping Roosevelt High. Sia, let me start with you. You've taken in the atmosphere. Just tell us exactly how you feel right now.
I'm so happy to be around the stadium. It's such a big stadium. Seeing the fans, seeing the players, it's absolutely beautiful.
BK?
Wow, it's amazing. It's nerve-wracking as well. Yeah, crazy atmosphere from Chiefs.
You guys have very quickly shown us exactly who your allegiances lie with. You are repping Kaizer Chiefs today. Why do you think Chiefs will win today?
Because we always beat Pirates, especially at home. Yeah.
To be honest, I know Pirates is going to win because...
Why?
We've been losing, I understand that, but when we're playing in the derby, we ensure that we have to win this. We have to win today's match.
I want you to say exactly that, but look at him. Tell him.
We're going to win today. We are going to win.
Not happening. No.
Now, you guys play football as well? Yes. What position do you play?
I play left wing.
Left wing,
yes.
Everywhere. I'm joking.
Left wing as well?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay.
I'm joking.
That's interesting. Your favorite player?
Cyrino.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rele Mofokeng.
Why? What about Rele Mofokeng excites you so much?
I feel like I like him because he's a 2K, he's like more like us, and I feel like he's very focused and he's a brilliant young man who's keen on putting his team up front and just up there.
Did you say you like him because he's a 2K?
Yeah, because he's a 2K, of course.
The president of the 2Ks.
Yes.
Before I let you go, what is going to be the score, you think?
2-1 Chiefs.
Who's scoring? Who's scoring?
Cyrino and Da Silva.
Okay.
Yeah.
2-1. Mofokeng is going to put in a goal. And maybe Mofokeng will put both of them in. I don't know, maybe.
There it is. You've heard it from BK as well as Sia. yeah, they feel like their sides are going to be winning here today. But of course, to all of you, watch football on 216, channel 216. That's where you'll find SuperSport Schools channel across all sporting codes. And you can also just download the app as well if you are regularly on the move. Your World of Champions, very much available to all of you, wherever you are across the country.
Imagine those two young men at school on Monday saying, I was on the field. I was there. Not just in the stands, on the field. Tomorrow's champions, SuperSport Schools. What a moment for those two youngsters. But now, let's take you back to what took place last season. And I wonder if it's even relevant, right? What happened last season in the two matches. Coaches have changed so significantly, players have changed so significantly, but let's see what we can see from those matches. Back in February last season, it was Orlando Pirates with that victory, and he sits on the bench today, Tito Masangwani scoring that goal.
Yeah, Tito with that penalty that he got, that he actually scored against Orlando Pirates, of course sits on the bench. And yeah, he's one of those players as well that, you know, whenever in tight situations, able to play. Unfortunately for today, back-to-back goals, but he's on the bench, but he will come from the bench and be able to maybe, you know, have an impact in the second half. But we know that with Rele, you know, with the combination that they had, but this time around they had, I think, Uplom. That was not a natural right back, but at the time, now that you rightfully say, there's a lot of players that have changed. So let's see what's happening.
Memories there for Bruce Vuma, because look at that.
Yeah, I don't think Bruce want to see that again, because as a goalkeeper, obviously, you want to choose a side when it comes to the penalty. And then Tito go and do that. And I know Teko will tell you, in training, when you do that to a goalkeeper, they will chase you the whole training ground and try and catch you because they don't like it.
Chance for revenge, though, for the keeper. Chance for him to, you know, if the situation is similar again, for Bruce Vuma to be the hero today.
Listen, it's a massive opportunity for him to cement himself again. I think, you know, when it comes to goalkeeping, you make a mistake and suddenly you find yourself at the back of the queue. So I think for him, is just to focus on this game, not so much to worry about what happened in the past. He's got to play what's in front of him.
Brahim Diaz needed to come to the ambulance for some advice on a Panenka. The Soweto Derby has all the information that he needed in that AFCON final. Nah, you know, why did you just look, Teko?
Don't go there.
I'm
there. So yeah, but it was, and also it just shows the type of, you know, courage that Tito has, you know, the nerves as well that he has. But I guess this one was the second one where Kaizer Chiefs opened up the scoring with Lilembo early on into the game.
2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, early on into the game, they just showed good intention. As a coach, maybe Coach Sean can tell you want to start well. And this one here is a snapshot inside the box. I don't think Chailebe was expecting that ball, but that's how you want to start, especially playing home.
And this player has been special this season.
Yeah, he's the type of player that can, like you even see him there, he can score all types of goals, but his trademark for me is the long distance shots, because he surprised a lot of goalkeepers with the power that he has, and obviously the accuracy as well. But he can score the so-called easier goals. That was just opening his body, just guiding the ball to the far post. But again, it's about creating that space for yourself, because peeling away from your defender and then by having the time to actually steer it into that second post. So that's what's going to be expected, probably more from the wing side today with Flavio leading. I don't actually see why they can't interchange as well, because if Silva makes a run into the channel, then Lelepo, you go and take the striker position.
He's not playing, but he could be a big influence here as he got Pirates back into the game. And that was 24 minutes into the game in May last season.
Yeah, he's always an important player. I mean, he makes sure that he stays online with the defenders. Mahopa is always, it just has this thing that's scoring important goals, whether from the bench or with the starting as well. He's such an important player for
Does it surprise you, Deko, that he starts and this regularly on the bench with the man starting right now, Mbutuma?
I guess also maybe based on the number of goals that both have scored, Mbutuma scored a little bit more than, but also maybe more games as well. But yet again, I think Mbutuma is not the type of player to come off the bench to actually come and maybe impact the game more positively. But we've seen innumerable times as to then what is Makopa that does. But this man here who's starting again, will be very, very important. At least today he's starting at the right position as a number 10. I've always believed he is a number 10, not an out-and-out winger. But yet with the role that has been given, playing in and around those spaces, he will be able to create goal-scoring opportunities.
3 goals, 4 assists for Lebohile Mofokeng. 39 chances created. He's in the right rarefied air at the top of the league in terms of how creative he is for his teammates.
Yeah, I think it's just, if you give him time and space on the ball, that's what's going to do. His awareness for me is unbelievable. You know, finding that pass that can penetrate any defense, I think that's going to cause problems.
Marashon,
yeah.
You're saying pressa. When every coach in every kasi around South Africa says, when Rile has the ball, ska pressa.
Sometimes when you close enough, you don't give him time and space. If you're going to back off at any minute, he's going to expose you, because with the skill and the speed that he's got, that's going to happen. I think for me, they need to put somebody on him.
Who needs to do that job? Who can do that job?
Well, I think, you know, Ngobo for me is not strong enough in order to do that. So the most obvious one will probably have to be Maboe, because he's going to be the one that's going to have to hold. But in that position, I think Teko mentioned, as a 10 position, you always want to try and find that space either side of a CDM.
Straight battle, Maboe versus Rile. Who wins it?
Rile will win it because Maboe is not a natural central midfielder defensively, but what Lebo has, the intelligence of the game, you can just close the passing lines. You know, close the person that's supposed to give Rile the balls, because when Rile has the ball, it becomes a problem.
All right, so Lemmy standing by for me. Let me get to him, and we're going to a break. After the break, we come back with more for you. Chiefs' defense, incredibly solid. Pirates' defense, amazingly solid. What will it take to break those two down?
I nakho-ke bafethu FNB Stadium Soweto Derby ziyakhala-ke manje. Ngiphethe ikhosi ngapha, ngiphethe amakhosi, ngiphethe ibhakaniya wena wahamba uyi-1.
Mina mina ngiphila impilo yami mina, and ngisapota into ethandwa yimi, angisapoti ngebandla.
Awunginike iscore prediction sanamhlanje.
Score prediction ayiphambi nquma laba nquma 2-0 2-0
uyavuma khosi
naye ubona
wena uthi sikhosi othini
2-1 siyawina
2-1
lalela-ke uyabahlaba umfukeni
u2 goals umfukeni
hayi u2 goals kodwa umfukeni kodwa uzoba ne-impact ekutheni sewine.
Uyazwa-ke khosi nation
ngeke ngiyala ngiphethe uvelebhayi ngiphethe uLuke Batman angeke ngiphethe uJoprezi uJoprezi une-record kwi-Sundowns uzobanquma nqo
manje epalini ufaka bani epalini
no Peterson
uPeterson nje ngoba bangifonele naturally bathi u-off namhlanje uPeterson
engaba off namhlanje
ngathi nyala khosi fondelani la hayibo lalelani
history yaPeterson siyayazi futhi izosebenza izobanquma ipakapaka dead
ngifuna lamakhosi
la
phambili lamakhosi ngifuna aze la phambili ngathi ngitara le golo re Peterson o high o Roberts
ntata ha yo ntwene mothwane o teng mona ke ana tlo tshwaka dipalomane ha ona go Roberts o teng ka mona o robala jwa re bapala le Pirates ha yetsa ha le ntwe
okay mpe final score prediction ya kaje
2-1 amakhosi amahle
amakhosi athi 2-1 ipakani yalithi 2-0 sake sibone after 90 minutes away
Kasico kae mon?
Stadium.
What perso? Never.
And you could win up to 20,000 rand at every Betway Premiership match. Sibonise and win.
Imagine a story born from within, before the first image, before the first sound. One frame leading to the next, with over 60 curated African and international films at the 8th Joburg Film Festival from 3 to 8 March 2026. Secure your tickets today at joburgfilmfestival.co.za. Feel the frame and the stories that live within us.
What kind of world we are creating?
Brought to you by MultiChoice, a Canal Plus company.
A little more than half an hour before we get kick-off here at the FNB Stadium. Kaizer Chiefs one side, Orlando Pirates the other. 3 very important points are on the line. And because that is the case, Amanda and I have decided that we need to hear from people who have played this particular game and done so with distinction. So I'm going to be spending my attention with this man to my left. His name is Lucky Lekwati. He is a former captain of Orlando Pirates. Some derbies were won, Lucky, some derbies were lost. Can you remember the last time you lost a derby to Kaizer Chiefs?
No, I don't recall. I think it was 1-0 or 2-1, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 2-1.
Yeah.
Shaba scored the second goal.
Yeah. Okay, all right. But we're coming into this one, and for many people, both these two teams are still in the running for the league. Do you agree with that?
Do not agree with that. And it's going to be, a right or a good thing, to bounce back and to regroup and to win the game, against Kaizer Chiefs. Because again, it's going to give them confidence. It's not to challenge the league, Losing to Sundowns and Kasrik, it was a learning curve for them. But today I have confidence, that a learning curve is going to help them today to win the game.
Okay, Amanda?
Yeah, I'm with Shaba, and Shaba is known. You had the record of all leading appearances in Derby, 31. I said 4 goals, and you said how many assists?
5.
You've got 5 assists. In a big game like this, it all boils down to that match-winning moment, magical moment. You've had so many goals that you've scored, iconic goals. How much of a moment is this, the platform, and what does it take?
It's a big moment. It's a big occasion. I think these are one of the games that players want to raise their hand and be counted. And it's a moment that has plenty of motivation and inspiration. You can draw inspirations from a sold-out affair, from the ambience as well, and also make sure that you do your best. I mean, it's more of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And there was this misconception about Chiefs not doing well, and I totally disagree with that, because they're in the, also in the title race, and it's an opportunity for them as well, to keep up and reduce the gap in front.
Yeah, I totally agree, but a lot has been spoken about Lozi, about the starting lineups. A lot of conversation about getting the starting lineup right. What do you think?
Yeah, perhaps maybe Shaba, we can get your thoughts here, because we've heard why Brendan Peterson is not available. So then a lot of attention on Bruce Buma in between the sticks.
Yeah, I mean, everyone must be ready. Everyone is selected, is capable of delivering. So it's an opportunity for him as well to grab that #1 spot. And I have full confidence in him. He's got experience. He's played derbies before. So it's his moment as well. Like I said, everyone must be ready. Those that are on the bench, they must be ready, and those that are starting as well. The game might be won by someone coming off from the bench.
There's another player that we saw for the very first time just a couple of days ago. What did you think of Ethan Chislett?
I was impressed. Great touches on the ball, very confident. Doesn't lose the ball easily. Obviously, it was his first game, and I'm hoping to see more of him. And the fans are excited as well. They can't wait to see him as well. But the most important thing, I think, that will also have a positive impact in his game is the support from the guys. They need to support him. They need to give him that confidence to keep going.
Okay, that is Ushaba then, reflecting on Kaizer Chiefs and their starting lineup. I'm going to ask the skipper here to tell us what he thinks about Orlando Pirates and the 11 they've decided to put out today. What are you seeing? What are you picking up?
For me, I think it's a good team. There's where they asked me to predict the starting lineup. Exactly the team that I predicted. So that's why I have confidence that today they're going to do well. It's a derby. A derby it can make you and it can break you. So today the stage is for them. To go there and try. And know that winning a derby is like winning a cup final. So for Pirates winning today, as I said, that it's going to give them confidence to challenge the league.
A couple of people have had an issue with the makeup of midfield prior to today. how important do you think the return of Talent Mbata is to this team?
It's very important. You know, he's always playing a big role of an Bafana player. He showed even, you know, at AFCON that, you know, he's a top player. And whenever he's there, you can see that he's not there. But, you know, I'm happy because of he's coming back, you know, with a game like a team like Kaizer Chiefs. And I know he's going to make a difference. Him and McCall in the middle, you know, they're going to use the experience. And, yeah, I'm happy to see him coming back to the team.
Before I let you go, you're here courtesy of Betway, of course. So what's your message to that one person also win 50,000 rand today?
Yo, Smolly say and win.
Yeah.
Credit must go to Betway, you know, for giving back to the fans, rewarding them, you know, for the good job that they're doing. And, yeah, all the best, you know, to them. Like there's another one, Winometer, you know, where a supporter will win a merchandise of Betway. So yeah, Betway is doing a good job, and yeah, they must continue with a good job. Just imagine having 50 rand in your account, leaving FNB with 50,000, 50 rand in your bank account.
Please don't excite me for no reason. Do not excite me for no reason. Quickly, score prediction then.
My score prediction 2-1 to the Pirates.
Okay, all right, Amanda, take it away.
Yeah, contrary to the midfield battles that they are talking about, Kaizer Chiefs also creating so many opportunities, but it's about conversions. Today, who do you think might get you those goals?
Yeah, definitely. I think we suffered a setback midweek by dropping points, and we're not in a position to drop another point. These are the valuable points that we have to work hard for, and I think we're capable. You know, we're really capable of causing an upset today, and I predict that, you know, we'll win the game and Chiefs will score 2, and then we'll be kind enough and give Pirates 1.
Oh, okay. Kind enough to donate 1, Razi.
Yeah.
Kaizer Chiefs fans will be very happy with that message from Shaba, but it was such a pleasure hearing from both Lucky Lekwati and Simpiwa Shabalala. We understand that Hope Mbele is with some very important people.
So I'm in the corridors of all the suites and I've bumped into a very good friend of mine, Big Zulu. Inkabi. Njani?
Ngikhona kunjani?
Ngiyaphila. Wazwagqoka kahle namhlanje. Awushayile i-turn around sike sikubone ukuthi hayi man. Siqale ezantsi lapha ikhavela unyuke nayo lana.
Kakhulu ngisonke kakhulu. Ngimosha ibhili yamanzi yakhuphuka.
Namhlanje Khosi uzobunjani uyajabula o uhamba nawo lo 3 points okwenzakalani?
Hayi siyawina. Ngelilodwa nje angifuni amaningi namhlanje ngifuna igoli elilodwa ngendlula.
Bathi mase sothola igoli elilodwa ngithi bazonibiza ngo1 goal FC.
Masibashayile nje sathatha u3 point kuyobe kuphelile kuyobe kufezekile. Whether elilodwa nje yobe isishayile.
Mhlawumbe sikhulume ngokubaleka kokuphuma kwabantu ukuthi beze stadium bawathenge namathikithi bangahlali nje ekhaya kuphela ukubukela ibhola bakwazi ukuthi baphume sibe nayo as well le energy le atmosphere.
Kubalekile I mean ibhola into ekhulula imoya yabantu ebajabulisayo esusa even ingane emgaqweni kwidakamizwa into ehlanganisa umphakathi kahle kahle so kubaleke kakhulu ukubabona abantu bahlangane babe nomoya wodwa wesports so into enhle kakhulu ukubabona bephume kanje.
Hayi ushunwe Nkabi siyabonga kakhulu.
Siyabonga.
The fans, colourful as usual, 50,000 on the line, Sibonise, and win. What a huge prize for that lucky fan who's dressed better than everybody else today at the Soweto Derby. Now, let's get into some of the playing staff. Let's talk about the areas of the park that these two sides have been very strong in. Sean, you mentioned Chiefs, 16 goals this season, a goal a game, not strong up front, but defensively, 5 clean sheets at home. They haven't conceded a goal from outside the box this season. They are solid.
They are solid, but one of those key ingredients are missing. You know, Brendan Peterson was part of that clean sheets, and to not have him in the understanding of the back four, it's going to be the biggest test, I would say, of this defense of Chiefs, and also a change of formation. For me, it's always a little bit tricky when you come into a derby game. Last game you played 4, now you're suddenly playing 3, and players sometimes get a little bit confused. So I think for me, it's more the understanding between that back 3 and the goalkeeper that's going to be important today, which is going to be
that
Babuma.
back 3 has McCarthy in it, has Miguel in it, has Guinica in it. These are players that are well experienced at this level.
They are well experienced, but have they played enough games with each other, especially with the system that they deployed today, to try and stop this fearful side that is Orlando Pirates' attack? So it'll be very, very important for them to have that synergy defensively, because Pirates will try and manipulate those type of spaces. So that communication and that unity that we didn't see against Stelle, so hopefully that whenever they play today, they will be able to do that.
Looking the view there of Kwinika, and he's had his ups and downs in Soweto derbies. He'll be looking for a big match today.
Yeah, I think, so everybody's going to have a big match here today, because everybody needs to be on top of the game. I always say, as much as this is a team sport, the more individuals you have in that starting 11 doing well in their positions, the better chance you have as a team. If you can win your individual battles as a defender, as a striker, then the team will have a chance.
Is Chislett ready for today? Is he from essentially on the bench all season into a game and then into the derby?
Look, it's unfortunate because then you're being introduced at the first lineup against such a big team and such a big occasion. But yet again, as a footballer, you need to stay ready. Yeah. And I think he's been brought into the team to actually to play games, and this is part of the game that he needs to actually play, because at the end of the day, you still need to buy into the fans as well, and the fans need to buy into you. So these are type of games that you need to prove yourself.
Match winners for Orlando Pirates. Who stands out?
There's a lot for the Orlando Pirates. We've seen them. Yeah, we've seen them throughout the season. We've seen them with Rele being an important player in terms of their creativity. We've seen him drifting in and out, playing on the left, coming in as a 10 as well. We've seen Tito as well, coming from the bench and coming in. I think also maybe from a striker's point of view, it's always has to be Butuma. Butuma had to buy into the fans, but this man here on the screen, Butuma has to buy into the fans. He misses more than he scores.
But his numbers are surprising. You know, I was truly impressed. 4 goals, 2 assists in 11 games. I mean, he's contributing to a goal every second game.
The issue is he's not your natural flair, skilled type of player. And that's why, like Teko said, it took him a bit of time to convince the fans, that I am one of the players that can actually win you games. And like you've mentioned, those numbers for any striker will be proud of, because end of the day, the more opportunities you can get, and the more you get yourself in that position, you can score goals. But this man as well, we know, coming off the bench, he's done it for Bafana, he's done it for Pirates. He can make an impact off the bench as well, Makgopa.
And I guess also, Thomas, maybe there's one player for me from Orlando Pirates' point of view that really struggles whenever it comes to big games is Apolis. I've seen Apolis playing so well in the Bafana team, but yet it comes to big games, Orlando Pirates, he's trimmed to struggle a little bit. And I think this game, if he really wants to be in that type of conversation, instead of maybe one of the players to be spoken about in terms of football of the season, he needs to step up today. He didn't step up against Orlando Pirates, against Mami Sanans, was substituted today. He needs to help really in terms of that creativity.
Cedric Kaze, Khalil Ben Youssef, the coaching duo at Kaizer Chiefs, they've had experience. They've done this before, which is opposite to Abdeslam Wadu, who begins his very first Soweto derby. Lwazi, what do these esteemed coaches have to say?
Coach, thank you very much for joining me. It's the big Soweto derby. The first thing that has caught the attention is there's no Brandon Peterson today. The reasons for that?
Brandon has been sick, and he got admitted to the hospital 2 days ago, and he had a successful surgery yesterday. And in these difficult times, we are standing with him and his family and wishing him a speedy and quick recovery.
We see Ignacio is back as well in the center of defense. From the game against Stellenbosch, you've kept the same midfield. Does that suggest you are largely happy with what they gave you a couple of days ago?
No, as well as because of Ndlovu as well, he's short because he's coming from an injury. And we have decided to keep the same midfield technical to try to impose our foot on the game and to control more the game.
It's been 4 successive defeats for Kaizer Chiefs to Orlando Pirates in the league when it comes to the Soweto Derby. What do you feel is going to be key and central then if Chiefs are to get a win today?
I believe that the history is not gonna, it doesn't have any impact today. It's how we come up today with clarity, with clear minds, clear intentions, and I think that the first minutes of the game are gonna be very, very determinant and important for both teams.
All the best, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Coach, thank you very much for joining me. For many people ahead of your very first Soweto Derby, they've described this little period as a bit of a wobble for Orlando Pirates. How do you best describe what has been happening as you plan ahead for Kaizer Chiefs today?
No, look, we are very excited to see such packed stadium with the fans of Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, and not only them, the lovers of football. When we see such stadium packed, we just fancy to deliver a good performance from our team and to bring happiness to our fans.
A couple of changes we've noted today. I'm particularly interested in Talent Mbata, him returning, and that balance that he provides in the center of the midfield.
Yeah, like I said, Mbata was injured for nearly 2-3 weeks. We could not put him in the lineup, but now we're happy he's here. We put him because he has the experience of this kind of games. He's an international player, so I think in terms of emotion, is somebody who can manage this kind of games. But not only him, we have chosen a lineup that knows this kind of games. They know to deal with this kind of games because it's a little bit spicy. So we will have to be very passionate and manage well the situation if we want to go definitely to take points here.
It's a unique feature of the Soweto Derby that both Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates have got coaches who are in charge for the first time in this kind of game. Firstly, what have you made of what Coach Kaizer and Ben Youssef have done at Kaizer Chiefs, and how do you beat them today?
No, I think, Kaizer Chiefs is doing well. Unfortunately, they lost some crucial games that were very important, but we can see that in the CAF competition, they have a strong side. They have experienced players who are able to hold the ball, to control in the middle. But in the same time, they have a speed. So I think it will be an interesting game. And let's see how the games will start. But definitely we want to start very, very, very high. Yeah.
All the best, Coach.
Thank you.
Let's have the conversation before we get to your predictions. 25% of Pirates' goals have been shots outside of the box. What does that stat mean to you?
It means they put so many teams under pressure. They play in an opposition's half, and with the inclusion of Mbata as well, that we know that he can shoot, Apulis as well that can shoot. So they all try and find themselves around those areas. As much as Chiefs hasn't conceded a goal outside the box, so that will be a true test against a team that really likes to shoot outside the box.
Sean, Chiefs have not conceded from a corner all season. That shows defensive solidity.
Yeah, well, if you train this day in and day out, that's what you expect. And any coach also, you don't want to concede from any set place. When it's open play and Teco does something brilliant, that's fine. But from set plays, you've got to be steady and really focus on your responsibilities.
That said, what's your prediction?
I'm looking, both teams back-to-back losses. I'm thinking they don't want to lose this game. I'm going to go 1-1 draw.
That helps nobody.
I know it doesn't.
I mean, that is the least helpful result in a title chase in the Betway Premiership.
I know it is, but rather that than losing this game and then 3 losses in a row.
Deco.
Looking at these two lineups and the systems as well, I think it's going to be very tight, but it's going to have goals. I think 2-2.
Again, a draw. A draw. Both in studio feeling that we could see a draw for the first time in 12 games. Well, I don't know if that's a stat that will happen, but you'll stay with us to find out. Lwazi, what's happening down pitch side? You're closer to the action. What are you feeling? Is it 4 goals like Deco was talking about, or a draw even? Are you getting that sense down there?
Yeah, Thomas, I'm really sorry about the fact that you're sitting next to two people who are firmly sitting on the fence. We'll find out if Amanda is in that position as well. But before we get to that, it's two coaches who are in charge for the very first time in the Soweto Derby on either side of the pitch today. Who gets to enjoy the privilege of the Soweto Derby? Who gets to endure the pressure of the Soweto Derby?
I guess the results will decide, because I think both coaches will be truly tested from the start of the whistle to the timing of the subs to the kind of subs that they make to influence or win the game or impact the game. But I do feel that both teams cannot afford to go back-to-back losses. So definitely the guys in the studio are saying a draw. I really want an upset. We're all here tuned in. We're all turned up here for that magical moment, a smash and grab moment to win the game 2-1.
2-1. You heard it. Amanda, she said 2-1. There will be a winner here today, which has been the case really in the last 13 Soweto Derbies, each by a single goal. Is it going to be that tight? She seems to think so. But we know that it's not just football that you're looking forward to this weekend on your World of Champions. There's also Big Brother Mzansi. Only 10 remain. who will walk away with the big prize? That remains a big question. But make sure that you stay tuned to your world of entertainment for all the Big Brother coverage. Thomas.
You bring back memories. I was in the house in Big Brother as a guest back in 2009, and I can tell you it's a very incredible experience where you're in the house and you know nothing that's happening in the world, and you even miss a Soweto Derby and not know the scoreline. But that's not going to happen for those watching on the World of Champions and here at the stadium. So let's get straight now to what is the action right after this break. We're going to take you to the match where in the last 15 matches there have been goals. Goals have been predicted in studio, goals predicted down on the field. This Soweto Derby is the match that could see either one of these sides become genuine title contenders or a huge stumbling block and assist for Mamelodi Sundowns in defending their titles. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Soweto Derby time.
Slow brewed and extra matured for 21 days. Hey, but and then careful, it's gonna. Hey, son.
I got this.
No, I got this. It's slow brewed and extra matured.
Don't worry, we're good.
Amstel, the official beer partner of Orlando Pirates. Not for persons under the age of 18. Enjoy responsibly.
Thank you, Bob, for my 65 Alive cash payout. Nyabonga.
65 is a golden year for FBOB members.
Donkey. Net donkey.
Thank you in advance, FBOB.
No, we thank you. That's why we're giving back another 15 billion rand through our 65 Alive cash benefit.
I have to say we didn't start well, and I think we really also didn't start well.
Well, it was always going to be hard work. You know, you don't come out and take the points, you know, so easy.
Everybody from top to bottom at the club is working hard behind the scenes, and that's all we can do.
The Betway Premiership, proudly brought to you by McDonald's and Samsung. Amazing hits. Big game. Big flavor. Dibonairs Pizza. Try something amazing.
Auto and General, we're never not there.
Make every move awesome with the new Galaxy A17. Capture viral-worthy dust and splash-resistant content. Get the Galaxy A17 today. Awesome for your hustle.
The pocket box in, my friend,
Next goal! What's the goal? Chance here! And they've found the breakthrough. Pirates are up in front. They've turned it around.
It's the highlights on the South African sporting calendar. Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, the Soweto Derby. Welcome everyone to Soccer City Derby number 184. More than a half century of rivalry between these two giants of the domestic game. And today, added importance as they both chase the Matchday Premiership Championship. There are 8 points between Chiefs and Pirates on the log standings. Chiefs do have a game in hand, however. Both sides with aspirations still of toppling Mamelodi Sundowns from their crown. Will they make a big progress, a big step forward here today in the derby? Big welcome to William Shongwe, who's kept goal in this competition or in this derby for both clubs in his illustrious career. And let's start, William, with the atmosphere, the big crowd, a full house yet again. This has got to be the must-have ticket in South African sport.
South Africa can be proud to have a derby of this magnitude that is considered amongst the 10 best in the world. The stage is set. It's all up to the players to make a history of their own. It's a wonderful atmosphere for anybody. You're sitting at home, I'm sure. Millions of eyeballs are glued into the TV just to see what is about to happen next.
Lots of surprises as well in the team lineups. I'm sure you'll be listening to the build-up for today's game, but we'll get to that in a moment or two. The two sides coming out onto the park. And we will have a kickoff on time as well. The spectators have been excellent today. This place was pretty much packed 1 hour or so before kickoff. Excellently organized. And hopefully now they'll be rewarded with some top quality football as well. Look at that magnificent crowd, and very few spectacles in world sport will see fans intermingled in the way they are here at Soccer City. Pirates and Chiefs fans sitting side by side, supporting their teams, but without any violence, any menace, or any overtones. Right, let's get to the lineups. Kaizer Chiefs, the big shock news, the appendicitis for Brandon Peterson, surgery this week. Bruce Vuma is back in the team. He last played for Chiefs in a derby back on the 3rd of May, which they lost by 2-1. 3 other changes with Inacio Miguel back, so Marco is out, McCarthy moves to the left-hand side, Monyani in for Solomons, and up front Pule Moni is preferred to Ashley Dupree. You'll notice no Vilakazi, no Shabalala on the bench today. There were some reports of indiscipline during the week. So, tactically, William.
4 in the back. It's the middle that maybe the focus will be on. Ball players, good rotation of the ball in that middle of the park, meaning that there will be great chances to slide that ball through to either Da Silva or Lilepo, who will deliver eventually into the center. And it'll be a question of Chislet playing in his second game, in his second starting lineup, to see just how much close can he push to take some of the moments to find himself a goal.
Changes, of course, from the defeat at the hands of Stellenbosch on Tuesday. Orlando Pirates' last game was a Nedbank Cup fixture against Keswick Stars, a 0-0 draw. They lost on penalties. 5 changes there. Sibelibele in for Van Rooyen at right back. Siema partner Sabisi in the central of defense. Chabatsane is onto the bench. Talente Mbata is back from injury, so Nemtangela drops out of the lineup. Apollos in for Maswanganyi. And up front, Mbutuma replaces Andre de Jong. All of the 5 players dropped from last Saturday's lineup are on the bench for the Buccaneers today.
quality in that midfield with Makaula holding the fort defensively, but for me the biggest attraction will be into the speed and skill of the two wide players on either channels. But the magic really should come from Mofokeng in the number 10 position, because he's a bit more central. It means he sees the goalpost a little bit more central. He can take shots from there. It's a quality team that can play, but even bigger for me today is the high press that we've seen Pirates being able to produce a bit more.
Abdeslam Wado, his first derby in charge. Big moment for him as well. Coach of the side, former Moroccan international, of course. Lots of experience as a player in the Premier League, but having some real success now in his first full season with the Buccaneers. 2 cup trophies in the house already, the MTN 8 and the Carling Knockout. They're out of the Nedbank Cup, but they're still very much in the league chase. If they win today, of course, even a draw would see them go top of the table ahead of Mamelodi Sundowns, who play tomorrow against Sekhukhune United. Eugene Mdluli is our referee today. This will be his 3rd derby. In fact, the last time there was a league derby between these two teams on the 3rd of May, he was in charge. Elfa Sitoli and Mr. Lalelani Mgadi are the 2 linesmen for today. Very experienced refereeing team for this afternoon's derby clash, and so it should be, of course. Now, Kaizer Chiefs are the home side. This is the first time these two teams are meeting this season. The fixture list did have the anomaly of keeping the derby back well into the 2nd round of the competition, positioning it just after the Cup of Nations, of course, and the match to come in May when Pirates host. Now, a moment of silence. We remember 2 great journalistic giants covering the football world, Joe Latahomo, the founding editor of the Sowetan, and our good friend Emmanuel Maridas, who ran the publication African Soccer. So Osman Apollos back in the lineup, made a good impact coming off the bench against Kazakh Stars last Saturday. There's no ways you can keep him out of the lineup. The big talking points from the Pirates' perspective: no Maswangangi in the starting lineup. Nemtangela also dropped to allow Mbata back from injury. Van Rooyen dropped at right back. But I suppose the bigger talking points come in the Kaizer Chiefs lineup. Chislett's playing only his 2nd game. And of course, in goal, Bruce Vuma has not had any action, official action, since the 3rd of May, when they last had a league derby between these two teams. You'll remember he was dropped after that. Brandon Peterson came back for the Nedbank Cup final. That was the last time these two teams met, on the 10th of May in Durban. Chiefs winning that one, ending 5 successive victories for the Buccaneers. What do you make of the Chiefs' changes, William?
It's a little unfortunate, because Peterson should have been a very key factor in seeing Chiefs being able to maybe possibly win this game. But so much has been said about Avuma coming in. I think he can still produce the magic, just like Peterson did in that cup, a final in the Nedbank Cup. So it's up to the motivation that he's had, obviously, from the rest of the team and the players. It's important that he gets this early touch just to help settle his nerves.
The ball back to Vuma, who delivers it over the head of Lilepo. Hotto's playing at left back again today for Orlando Pirates. Does have the occasional game these days a little further forward on the left-hand side, but seems to be settled into that position. And a first early challenge. That's Moremi going up alongside Ngobo and coming out on the wrong end, obviously.
A little bit of an outstretched hand from Ngobo, which might have ended up into the face of Moremi.
Clearance away by McCarthy for his first derby, playing at left back. Gets the nod ahead of cross. Here's Mofokeng. He's going to try a shot, gets a bit of a deflection, and Vuma let that go through. It's gone for a corner.